And it ended Manchester United 0, Wolverhampton 1. Who are we? Manchester United. Now, that wasn't the performance we were expecting because that match was very boring. But we did expect it because before the match, the manager said he was going to rest important players because now we have to prioritize the Europa, which is very understandable. And we did feel the strange side today. The very important one to mention, which is the first thing I'll mention, was the fact that he gave debut to Fredricson, a centre back from the academy. I thought Fredricson had an excellent performance today. He held the ball, he was able to move with the ball. Like we saw Heaven do when he came in for Manchester United when he was signed from Arsenal. The ability I saw in that player today, Fredricson, he did not look out of place whatsoever. He was good on his tackles and his dwells. He was good with the ball on his feet. I think there's a player there, and the manager told us we're going to see more of the kids from now to the end of the season. And I think that was a good one. I think that was even the best thing to come out of the match today, seeing a young Fredricson perform good today. Another one that we have seen before was Amass. I thought he had a better game than the game he had previously. The performance today was quite good. He was excellent on the ball, and that was also down to the fact that Wolverhampton are going to let you play your game, and they were playing a similar system to us today. So the game was lethargic in a manner. The game was lazy on the eye, and it wasn't really the most thrilling game. And another thing to mention is the fact that this win today makes it the first time they are winning us home and away in a very long time, which is bad for the records. But we understand why the manager did field this lineup today, and they scored from a free kick, so it wasn't like on the day they were a much better side than us. I thought both sides were really, really poor on the day, but nothing to take anything from Onana. That was an excellent free kick from Sarabia. Overall today, I thought our players did not deliver a showing, and I understand this is the first time they are feeding this sort of 11. But the game was boring. It was dry. There was no penetration. Maybe it was down to the fact that we're playing the same formation. I don't know. If we won this game, or if we had any opportunity of wanting to win this game today, Garnacho would have been the best player because he was the one with the opportunities. And the manager mentioned it. Garnacho is our best transition player. He's the best player to carry the ball and run. He's good at it, but he does not have strength. Every time Garnacho runs, you see somebody comes in a 50-50 duel with Garnacho. Most likely they are going to hit Garnacho and take the ball of Garnacho. He's too lazy. And a lot of people are going to say he's 20 years of age and all that. We are seeing younger players, Lemmy Yamal, Gavi, Pedri. We're seeing younger players do it. So saying he's 20 years old, I don't see how that should affect his performance. Maybe he should not be as matured because he's 20. Yeah, but not when you hold the ball, possession of the ball, or doing the basics. Overall, for me, Garnacho, he has to do a lot of improving. His decision making is bad. His first touch is not the best. If we had any opportunity of winning this game, it was supposed to be Garnacho's opportunity. It was supposed to be a chance to win a man of the match, but rightfully so, he did not deliver the performance we were expecting of him. I thought Kobe Mino, the fact that we did not have Bruno Fernandes starting the game today means we could not progress the ball through the midfield, or we could not progress the ball. We could see rightfully so when he got into the game in the second half, the game did change. But the fact that we did not have it, when I kept on watching the match, I kept on thinking about the fact that our team is crying for a player, a midfielder in De Jong, a midfielder in Matheus Nunes, people that can drive with the ball on their feet. As much as I like Ugarte is not that. We could see today that we do not have that threatening midfielder that was going to tread the pass. Wolves were not scared of us. Rightfully so, we only have one of those players in Bruno Fernandes. Today he was on the bench, so it was hard for us to create opportunity. Ugarte good without the ball, but with the ball, Ugarte does not have creativity. Ugarte does not give you a pass through the middle. Ugarte does not give you a risky pass. He is not that person. It was also nice to see in the second half that Bruno Fernandes is coming, and we saw the match the rhythm sort of changed when he got into the match. It was nice to see Mount also coming, getting some minutes. I think he got like over 30 minutes today, which is he came in at the 59th minute, which is important. He's building momentum since he came back from injury. Dogu had a bad performance. I don't know whether it was because he was played on the right wing today, but one thing to know with Dogu is the fact that he hasn't really found his feet since he came to Manchester United. He has had some fairly decent games, but he hasn't really had, but he's one to watch. Dogu is going to come good for Manchester United, I can assure you. Another one to see was Shido Obi did get some minutes, and the manager did say the kids are going to get minutes and minutes come before the end of the season. So for the remaining 5 games of the season, I'm expecting Shido Obi to get more opportunities, and rightfully still we'll get to see some more of him, and we'll get to see him against Premiership defenders and how he's going to perform. Euro did also come in to get a few minutes at the end of the match. Overall, this was not the best game. Overall, we can perform a lot better than this. But knowing the fact that we have already understood that the Premiership has been over for quite a while, knowing that the manager has openly said we are now fully focused on the Europa, it is understandable. We did lose at Old Trafford, Wolverhampton for the first time in a long time, winning us home and away, which is bad for history. But in context, our priority is the future. Our priority is qualifying for the Champions League next season. And that means right now we need to arrest players like Bruno Fernandes, like Maguire, players that can affect games. And yes, it was right to do that today. We lost, it's painful, but if we do win the Europa, it will all be worth it. Another one to mention is the fact that Højlund, he really needs to get a grip of himself. Højlund, even the things he used to do really good before, he's no longer doing it. I thought he had some fairly decent runs in this match. He made some really good runs, but then the confidence is not there. You can almost feel it with him. Wolverhampton also weren't particularly great today. They played the same formation with us, so the match was very boring today. But like we know, this match is not important. The match that is important is the Bilbao match.